Hi, guys. Welcome to On the Town with Tanya Living Room Chat. Oh boy, it has been such a week. Very interesting week at that. I hope you all are well. I'm glad that you all are coming back to see me again. And Yeah, it's been a crazy week. So yes, new hair alert. I'm trying something new. I think as women, I don't know why we get bored with our hair. I have no idea why, but I got bored. So I said, let me just try something new. I think it makes me look older, like I just turned. It was a girl's birthday. Okay, I'm just gonna say 50. I won't say how old I really am, but let's just say a girl is up there. Okay. Um, and so much happening this week. Hi, whoever that is out there. I can't see who it is, but hello, how are you? Um, you know, uh, so much going on this week. I don't even know where to start. Um, let's start with the insurrection, the impeachment trial. Let's start with that. How about that? So there is a lot going on with that. I mean, I don't even know how. I don't know how the people that were going to be taken hostage are not like traumatized, like so traumatized that they can't even talk about it. Because I would be like, what's going on? They showed video footage today inside the Capitol that pretty much proved that well, the footage didn't prove that they were going to take hostages, but I guess they had the FBI, whoever got tapes or something of the QAnon people or whoever groups that are out there, saying, "Okay, I'm in the Capitol now. I'm in the main room. I did my part. You do your part." And one guy was like, "Yeah, I'm looking for I forgot her name, Pelosi, to put a bullet in her head." And then somebody else said something else. So that was why. That explains why Casio, I can never say anyone's name right. When she spoke a couple of days ago, she was saying how, no, we have proof. I'm not just making it up, that these people came to kill us. Like, they didn't come to, play around. They were literally, there were people there to kill them. And that's very scary. When I saw it, I mean, I kind of got that feeling because when you looked up on the balcony, you could tell those people were like, they were just left in the dust. Like, they didn't even know what was going on. They were up there crouching. One lady was out, like, literally having an anxiety attack. And one guy helped her out. Hey, Carl. Thank you. You do? Oh, thank you very much, sir. Oh, this is the new 50-ish look. All right. That's what this is. What are you doing, Carl? You should come on and talk with me. What do you call it? So, yeah. I don't know. I just think the whole thing's crazy, and that they've only gotten maybe 100, if we're lucky, people so far with all those cameras in all the parts of the building and the grounds. I find it very hard to believe. And you can't tell me that it's purposely that they didn't find. If they didn't find footage of people, there's something still fishy for me. It's too fishy. It's just not enough people yet caught for me. I mean, we see thousands, it looked like. And I'm not saying everybody should be arrested. The people that are on the lawn not doing anything, that are way away from that, fine. But anybody who was on the balcony, and I've seen people right here in Westchester County, yes, FBI, I hope you go check their pages, who got post pictures of them at the insurrection, thinking it's a game, like taking pictures and selfies on the balcony. Like, I'm like, this is not a game. So I don't know. It's just sad that BLM, they got treated way differently just for standing someplace, just for exercising their right. They didn't even do anything. So that's a little odd. But I hope that the impeachment goes through. Some people are like, well, why impeach him? You would like for us to not impeach him so he can run in another office. No, he must be impeached. And I say must lock him up, because I'm sure they keep digging now. He's not president no more. They'll find a lot of crimes, I think, that he committed. And some people don't agree. That's your problem. But then again, people agreed with slavery. Do you think I really value your opinion? I mean, really, that's like, think about this, people. That's like, okay, people saying like, oh, well, Trump's not that bad. Really, he's not that bad. And now I do have some of my Trump friends who, who you are, who I love to death, because they detached themselves from at this point from this whole resurrection thing, and nobody expected that at all. These people that were thinking about their taxes are like, who cares now, because I can't be a part of that. I personally wouldn't have been a part of it anyway, as soon as he said the first thing about Black people being criminals, but that's just me. I mean, if he said that Jews, were criminals or Latinos or any nationality, I'd have a problem with that. I probably would be like, ooh, they not want to be all out there with this guy, because that's a little way too left for me. But don't let me tell it. But it's like, someone sent me an inbox me something. Let me see if I can show you what it says. They said. They sent me a picture of something. They remind me of this. And I know you guys are going to think about this. Okay. So you remember, let's see, I wish I could find it online somewhere. So you remember, Trump reminds me very much of Hitler. I know some of you don't agree with that. That's your problem. That's not my problem. But someone sent me a thing reminding me that in 1923, Adolf Hitler led a failed coup. Sounds familiar? Oh, I will send you the link, Carl. Guys, wait a minute. Me and Carl got to talk about this. Give me a second. I got to invite him because this is very important to know. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. I know. Okay, Carl. Here it goes. All right. Because I know, guys. Sorry about that. I had to do that because this is a topic that's too heavy for me. I just want you to think about this. Adolf Hitler in 1922, right? He led a coup. Okay. He was treated very lenient, like, oh, okay. I mean, I don't even know who does that, but okay, fine. So that's sort of like if we just, pat Trump on the back and say, oh, it's okay. It's no big deal that you incited a riot. No big deal. Who knows what's going to happen next is all I'm telling you, because Germany moved on. They were like, oh, okay. He did it. He tried to take over. It didn't work. All right, let's see what happens. Well, a decade later, what? He was a dictator, right? And the worst disaster in history of civilized world ensued. What? He killed what? It was more like 11 million Jews, not 6 million or whatever they said. It was more numbers than we say it was. So that's the scary part. And for those who keep asking me, well, why do we need to impeach him? Why do we need to impeach him? Really? Let me guess. You want to worry about your money again? Because that's another story I heard. First of all, you need to impeach him because if you don't, he can run for office again somewhere else. And who the hell wants Hitler popping up again in another body? I don't. I mean, if you do, please be honest and frank about it. We love when you're honest because then we can say, kick them to the curb, right? That's how I feel. Looking good, cuz. Hi, cuz. Hi, cousin Pat. How are you? I mean, you can say pretty much what you want, but there is no excuse, no reason, no logic for Hitlerist actions. There's like none, and we can't take any, because if we keep taking excuses, the truth is we'll end up we'll end up right back where we were, in Nazi Germany. I mean, that's where we're going, guys. And don't get it twisted. Hey, Donna. That's right, Donna. We all know Trump wanted to be a dictator. Facts. That's a fact. And I was told he admired Hitler. Who the hell admires who? Here's Carl. Guys, I got Carl coming on. Hey guys, with me is my other 5 Black Comics host, Carl Yard. Hey Carl. I'm waiting for him to come on. Just give me a minute for his sound. I can hear you, Carl. Wait a minute. Let me just tell him.
Hello.
Your sound. There you are. Hey.
Me?
Yep. How are you?
I'm good.
So I just read a thing that someone had sent me that in 1922, Hitler had tried to stage a coup. This very same thing that happened. He tried it and he failed. So they just was lenient and was like, whatever. And then later on, he pops up and creates Nazi Germany. So I was saying to people, like, we as human beings have to have some kind of responsibility. Like at some point, when do we wake up and say, wait a minute, that's different. Like you say to my friend Carl, you'll say, Tanya, I really hate redheads. Okay, that's just a general statement, right? I might say, Carl, why does he hate redheads? But yeah. I'm not going to get freaked out. But if you say, Tanya, I fucking hate blacks or blacks from Nigeria or blacks from Bronx or somebody from Ireland, or you give me specifics, we got a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is what nobody gets. Like well, some of us, you and I get it, but some people just, they're like, well, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? I was like, the guy literally said that Black people are criminals and that the Mexicans are rapists. And even though he's charged with the rape, but because he was president, they couldn't charge him with it. So, and he was hanging out with Epstein, a known rapist. So how does, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that people show you who they are. We need to start believing them. And I believe that Trump thought that he was going to pull a Hitler move. That's what I think and I think he will come back, try to do something. I don't know what, but I don't know.
Oh yeah, I think the Republicans, from watching the hearings, from what I saw, they're not real. They don't think he's serious. They don't think they just blow it off as Trump. That's just Trump talking. This is Trump being Trump. He doesn't really mean all the stuff he says. You know what I mean? They say he didn't mean all the stuff he says, but it keeps going further and further and further. You know what I mean? That's what I'm seeing. It keeps going. He keeps stepping over the line to say, "Hey, I'm serious." But they keep trying to convince us that he's not a threat.
You know what I mean? You don't think nobody else is listening to this? Do you think this is what I think? I think they're playing good cop, bad cop, the Republicans and Trump. I believe they actually knew what was going to happen about the insurrection. They knew. That's why if you look at their faces on camera, I didn't see any of them like, I didn't see them. I didn't see that with them. Look on the camera. Go look at when they're in the ones that are in the room. Yeah. In my opinion, for someone who studied communications, judging by body language, it appeared to me, some people knew, well, something's going to go on. Maybe they didn't tell them exactly. Something's going to go on. Just act like, you're scared. I promise you'll be fine. Those people knew. But the other ones that were clueless, like Cassio, what's her name? What do they call her? They give her this name.
AOC.
Thank you.
Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez.
They give her that name. Okay, fine. Yeah. But she was scared. She was really scared. Nancy was really some people were really scared. Like you didn't need anybody. There was no acting involved. The other people, I know there was acting. It looks like they know. Which is
you saw the video with Pence? They were like right up. They were close to Pence while they hustled him out of the room wherever he was, but they were like right there behind.
Well, he didn't seem scared either, but he looks like he has the resting bitch face anyway. So maybe that's.
But the way they were hurrying him, you can tell there was, he had to be scared.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
It just strikes me, and it could be possible. It just strikes me as odd that you've been this guy's VP for how many years? How many years VP? He was VP with him. How long? How long has he been in office for? 4 years? I don't even know how long. It's been too long. Whatever. He's been VP that long, and all of a sudden he switches and wants to kill the guy in 5 seconds because he knew he wasn't going to do that. I think they said, well, let's try it and see if we can get away with it. If we don't, then you just go your way. I go my way. I pretend like I'm mad at you, and boom, boom, boom. Because that's just my personal. I just don't. Something's not right with me.
You don't think he was?
No, I don't know. Maybe he really was shocked that he turned on him too. That's a possibility. I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not. I don't know what's. My gut's saying. A lot of people, the Republicans, all the ones that want Trump to not be impeached, all of them, they all knew about it. They probably helped figure out how to tell the cops. That's why none of the cops drew their guns, because they were given strict orders by somebody to never draw your gun no matter what happens. That's what I think. And the only reason why the girl got shot because her dumbass was hanging up on the damn, trying to go through the damn door and really breach into the Senate. I mean, that was just dumb. Don't you know about CIA, dummy? I mean, and they said she was military. What part of military was she in? Didn't know?
Well, I mean, they just felt comfortable. Right? You could tell it was a group of white people who felt comfortable doing what they were doing. They weren't afraid. They were,
because I'm telling you, in those QAnon meetings, they were setting shit up. They had the testimony has I don't know if the FBI had to confiscate it. I guess that's because that's about the clearance. You need a clearance at least for that. They were in these meetings where people were chatting. They set up this whole thing. They were telling them, okay, I got in now. It's your turn to do the next part. And I'm looking for this bitch to shoot her in the head. Like really crazy stuff. I'm like, wait, so they were planning this as they go along. Like they were in a goddamn military I'm going to a war somewhere in another country. Right here.
Yeah.
Right here on American soil, they're planning like they were planning in freaking Iraq, and still have the nerve. Ask any of them. Say the word Iraq or September 11th. First thing they do is, oh, Muslims, oh, Muslims, Muslims. Are you worried about Muslims?
Yeah.
When you did something, at least I can say, if you want to call someone a terrorist that did something, whatever, you want to go that route, at least I can say they were saying it was in the name of Allah because things are not being done in their country correctly because of us. Okay, I can say, okay. But what's your excuse? Because you're not able to have your white privilege anymore? Like, that's why you're going to go take people hostage and shoot them?
I mean, you seen the video where the white girl got pepper sprayed and she was like in shock. That you saw that? They pepper sprayed me. I can't, right? She was in shock and she was pepper sprayed. The audacity of the police to pepper spray me.
That is just crazy.
It just shows how comfortable they are.
It is true. Donna says that Trump set up Pence. Okay, maybe he did. Maybe he did, Donna. I mean, trust me, guys. None of them what I say is factual. It's all my opinion only. It's just not necessarily that of StreamYard or Carl. Carl has his own opinion. It's just my opinion, my thoughts. Doesn't mean it's true. Doesn't mean it's right. I just feel like something's shady here. I know at least the Republicans that voted against the whole thing were definitely involved. I know that for a fact. You know why? This is me as a communications major. Look at their body language, the confidence that they had during this whole thing. Wait, that's
what I'm saying. They were very comfortable.
Very comfortable. Like, oh, we'll just go over here. I'm like, no, hell no. I've been like, oh my God, what do I do? That's more like a reaction that, oh my God, they're really taking over the Capitol, which is what Keseo, she was trying to hide in someone's office under the lady. Like, you can hide under my desk. Now, what made her feel so comfortable that she knows someone could hide under her desk? It was all just some weird stuff going on.
And also, one of the senators said it took him like a month to learn where all the different offices were when he got to the Capitol. He said those people knew exactly where to go. How did they know where to go? It's a very complicated building.
Yep. He get somebody, the Republicans and Trump gave them Q9 people the exact places, just like the guy that came in with the goddamn spear with the flag. Remember the pole, he has the ears, horns. That guy, first of all, he took a picture, by the way, with Trump previously a while back.
On a plane or something like that, right? I think
weird, interesting. And then secondly, he had a spear. Like, dude, nobody thought to shoot this mother. I mean, but yet you get called to a mental health call and you shoot the guy because he has I think he had a knife. What did they say? A knife? I think they said he had a knife, but it's a mental health call.
Yeah.
So if you call to a mental health call and you're a cop, you might want to dial up a social worker or health worker, or like, you don't want to go on that call just to be like, oh, let me go and play Oh Copperoo, because someone having a mental breakdown, duh. But this guy,
but we all know why.
I know.
They should, I know.
The initiative, Kill Black Man initiative. That's
right,
what.
Correct.
And it's real. Do you know since George Floyd, there has still been one, at least that we know of, death of a Black man shot by a cop a week still.
Yeah.
It's over 800 something last year. I mean, more than that. I mean, it's thousands at this point. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. And they're still happening. But it's crazy.
I shared some videos on our group chat when you get a chance. She's Dr. Joy DeGruy.
Yes.
I don't know if you ever heard of her. She is brilliant. You gotta watch. You gotta watch her. If anybody's watching and you never heard of Dr. Joy DeGruy, you gotta watch her.
I gotta see. That's
last name DeGruy. There's a Y at the end, but it's pronounced DeGruy.
DeGruy?
That's how she. Yeah,
we'll check her out. So you guys check her out too, because I know it's Black History Month, and I hate to be talking about the insurrection, but I just was like, "Is this real?" And then and
it was a tour. Somebody was giving a tour, and tours were banned at the Capitol. So one of the senators was like, "Why is there a tour happening when we ban tours at the Capitol?"
Not to mention that, but it had already started getting crazy, and the two security guards on the side let them go through. They were like, "Oh, go ahead." And I was like, "Why are they?" So now I'm like, "Wait a minute." So they were giving a tour, which means what? Somebody knew.
Yeah, they were the day before the insurrection. Somebody there was a tour going on, right?
Yeah. Somebody knew everything. And who
Yeah.
could that be? I bet you if they dig into these senators, they're going to find out that girl probably with the blonde hair that talks about Jews and blacks, her. Probably.
Yeah.
She's the one that says, oh, I think we should kill Nancy Pelosi. I was like, wait, I can see this on national TV and nothing happens to me. And then my American dollars are paying for her. Oh, come on, man. Something's wrong with this picture. Everyone's nagging about the $15 an hour. I had someone say, I don't want to pay $15 an hour out of my taxes. I barely make $15 an hour. I was like, fool, listen up, fools. If you are at a job, business owners are going to suffer and they have to close. Business is closing anyway. Don't blame that shit on $15 an hour, first of all. Okay, let's keep this 100. And if you own a business and you're not paying your people, you can't pay them $15 an hour. So they got to go home and they got to take their little, their little $8 an hour. The husband's got to work. And if it's a single mom, she's got to work 2 jobs, leave her baby with strangers.
Yeah.
And still don't have enough money for the rent. Does that make sense?
You're telling me McDonald's, Burger King, they can't afford to pay $15 an hour? Really?
Exactly. They don't want to lose their profit, the profits that they make billions of dollars in profits.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's just not even a drop in the bucket. That's not a drop in the ocean for the amount of money that they make.
Oh, I know. And why do you think everyone's flipping out? Small businesses are flipping out over this. I don't care. They don't give a damn if they got to take the vaccine 10 times or jump on your head 5. They want to keep their business open under all circumstances because guess what? A lot of cash Uncle Sam doesn't know about.
Yes.
I see some of them people driving them Denali's, living in those $500,000 houses. I'm doing the math in my head like, how you still make that kind of money? You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. In my opinion, it's all wrong anyway. So he was like, well, small businesses are going to go out of business. I don't give a damn. Let them go out. If your business goes out of business because you now got to pay somebody $15 an hour, you shouldn't have had a business. That's just my thought on it. I don't know. I'm just thinking you shouldn't have had a business anyway because it's not fair that everyone gets rich while people, I knew people right here. I won't say exactly the name of the store, but I'll just say a place that you order something edible. I'll just say that. They were paying a girl I know and some other Mexican guys $5 an hour. And for what they charge, it's like $75 for the thing. I'll say it's an edible fruit. I'll just say that. How about that? So I won't say their name. And they were paying her $5 an hour off the books. And there was times that they didn't want to pay her because they didn't feel like it. And this other guy. So I was like, wow. But they didn't want to blow the whistle on him. I said, I wish you're better than me. I would have. And not, even more gross. All I can tell you is
it's just greed. The corporations are just greedy. They're just pure greed. Like you got a CEO at a company getting a $10 million bonus while people are making $5-6 an hour on a factory floor. Like the CEO of GM. I'm like, I would like to follow these guys around for a day. Just what do you do to justify a $10 million bonus? Seriously, what could you possibly do?
Right.
To justify that.
Nope. I don't. And especially even the nonprofits, I'd be like, how much she make? She makes $250,000 a year. I said, wait a minute. So they get in $4 million a year in donations and she getting $250,000 of that. I think the donors are the one that are stupid.
Well, I used to give to the United Way until I found out what the CEO was making. Like, why is he making that kind of money if it's the United Way?
You only get, your money only goes to 30% of the cost, if that. I found that out the hard way. And that's why my nonprofit, none of us take a salary. We all volunteer. Because to me, it doesn't make sense. Even if I made $4 million a year, why am I taking $250,000? Like what makes me doing the work I do even more valuable than, let's say, Betsy over there? It doesn't make sense to me. It's not a, if it's a nonprofit, it should be just what it is. So that's just me. But I understand people have to make money, do whatever you want, but everything comes down to money. And the $15 an hour is about, small businesses. I understand, but don't cry like you're broke now because you can afford the $15 an hour. You just don't want to afford the $15. And
of course they can.
Yeah, you might be able to bring in more money because your employee is going to be happy to come to work. So you might get more out of them.
Of course, there'd be less theft at work. because I used to work. I remember when I was making $4.75 an hour,
Uh-huh.
and we were working cleaning theaters and stuff like that, and offices, and we used to steal
Oh my
like
God.
anything that wasn't nailed down. I
Really?
helped a guy steal
Oh
a copy machine.
What?
Now I'm talking one that you had the big copy machines.
What?
You really,
Oh my God. And you know, it's funny that you said that. I worked for a cleaning company years ago, and the guy, the owner, well, I don't believe that's true because he knows me since I was little. So he knows I don't steal. That's something I've never been that. My mother would whip you, whoop you, silly, if you take anything that you didn't work for. So I just never was that kind of kid. So you know what this guy did? We're cleaning this place. I will never forget it. It was a place in Katona, a car place in Katona.
Yeah.
And we were cleaning it, and somebody lied. I think, I don't know if it was the owner, the cleaning guy. He told me he had to let me go because something was missing from one of the girls' office. I said, okay, and what would that be? Because I don't know what it is. I've never gone into a desk. I thought you had cameras. When you look at the camera and see. So they was like, oh, I really think he took it. I found out later. I think it was him
that took it.
Yeah, and he tried to blame me, which is messed up. But I think he blamed me because I'm the black girl. So it's easy to say, yeah, it was the black girl. And I was like, that's fucked up. I wanted to go back there and say, I just want to let you know that whatever was missing, because I still don't know if it was money or what it was. It was not me. I do not steal, and I can vouch for myself. And you know, because it's just a thought that, you know, these people are left with this in mind, that the black girl stole something. The only black person on the crew. So I'm like, really? You know, so that's why funny you said that. I was like, wow, because my mother would beat me so.
But it wasn't anything personal, but it's just like stuff the company, you know, like, I mean, it was just like they used to buy coffee in bulk. And you know, stuff that they would buy in bulk, toilet paper, and you know what I mean, that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So we were making like minimum wage.
Wow.
You know?
They didn't care. Yeah.
And we knew because the owner used to drop us off in a Cadillac. he had a Cadillac. The other owner had a Cadillac. And you lived in a big fancy house. And we got wind of the contract. They were getting like $10,000 per month per building.
What?
For us, all they had to do was drop us off with a few cleaning supplies. You know what I mean? That's
crazy. See, and that's the robbery I'm talking about. That these companies are making stupid money. I know he had a good contract. I found out later, very good contract. So you're gonna give me what of that $12 an hour I was getting? I was like, oh, what was $12 an hour gonna do for me? Even though at that time, looking back, that was actually a lot of money. But not to me. That wasn't, you know, I mean, it's subjective, you know. Nothing's ever going to be the same money I made when I modeled. So it's always subjective. But I just think I think give them the $15 an hour, Joe. And you know another thing about that, I forgot. Sweden, is it? And Switzerland. Where else? Where is it? Is it Germany and Austria? There's quite a few other places that that pay their people. Okay, so they have high taxes. That's true. But man, your health, they got the best health care in the world. You hear me? Even, this is sad to say, I want to say even in Cuba, they have, like, anybody can walk in the door and be seen. They don't ask no questions.
Yes, Cuba, that's definitely true.
What's up with us? So you come in and be like, oh, you're an immigrant? Oh, wait a minute, we got to get immigrant help. Like, what? No, if I'm sick, just help me. Like, don't be. And then
even in Barbados, our health care is free. You go to the hospital, it's free.
Right. That's the way it should be. In my opinion, I'd rather pay high taxes and know that I don't have to worry about my health than to be, and maybe it'll give more incentives for people to go to school to be a doctor. Hello. You know? So I don't know. I have no problem with paying higher taxes if it's going to things that are going to make life easier. And if that's what you want to do, fine. Pay. I don't care. They do pay 50%, 56% of their money for taxes. But when the women have baby, the government gives them a check so they can stay home and comfortably with their babies because they pay their taxes. You see what I'm saying? America's the only place that sees it like, oh my God, you're a bum if you take the money from the government. You're a bum if you take the money from a government and you're not working or you don't plan on work. That I get. But if you just had a baby, I need time with my baby to bond so that she or he will not grow up and come kill your ass later in the future. I'm just saying That's why you need to be home with your baby, not have strangers watching your baby. It's who's this? All free care, not good care. Donna, you said all free. Yeah. Yes, Donna, that's true. But how do I say this?
Canada had free care too. I think.
Yeah, Canada.
I think I was talking to a friend of mine, and he lives in Canada. He said they're getting $900 a month for the COVID.
Everybody but America. America was
a month. They've been getting $900 a month from March.
Yes.
And here we are squabbling. We got 600. We might get 1,400.
That's why. Let me see if I can pull up the list. How much did other countries get for COVID leave?
I think they started at $2,000 a month. They were getting $2,000 a month.
Yeah. Look at this. So this is sad. Okay. Wait, is this the one? I'm looking for the one that shows the literally. Wait, is this the one? Oh my gosh. Oh God. I hate the way they do news now. It's like you have to clickbait, it's like this clickbait thing going on. What? No, that's not what we're doing here. I don't want a story. Never mind. Anyway, we got the least amount of money. In fact, it was Germany. Who was it? One place was getting $7,000 a month. I was like, and what are we getting? They're complaining. Yeah. We're complaining about an extra $300 a week for 11 weeks.
Yeah.
The thing about this is, if people would have been thinking, right, had we been getting our money since the day the pandemic happened, because nobody could help it except for the people that, in my opinion, created it. So nobody could help it. They should have been consistently giving money. None of the businesses would have to go out of business because people still able to buy their PPE and pay their rent and pay their bills and not ask for food stamps or ask for help because they can afford to eat now.
Yeah.
B, they'd still be at a place where at least you're not sitting like, oh my God, I don't have enough money to buy the Lysol that's $20. Or I don't, because there's $20 for Lysol over here for a while. They were charging at this place on Bedford Hills, $20 for damn Lysol. Could you imagine? Imagine if you're not getting no money, you can't even buy Lysol or wipes. You can't buy them. You can't even get them. And then there was no toilet paper for a while. Those monies were needed just to be comfortable in this whole pandemic, because you were already mentally stressed. I'm going to put you up here, Carl. We were already like mentally stressed, but now you got stress of anxiety and no money. Like who? And we're okay with this. I don't understand it at all. There should be
some kind of law against price gouging.
Well, they told me when I asked them, because I had asked the town, they said, well, we investigated them and it turns out they were charged a lot to buy it. So that's why they had to pay. I said, who you in bed with?
Yeah.
Who you know? That's what I want to know. Because that don't say $20 for Lysol, people. $20. Yeah. I mean, that's like me buying Lysol from Japan or something. That's ridiculous. Anyway, so much for that. I want to talk about another thing. So let's switch gears here. And this is sad. Okay, there's been a lot of shootings. Yesterday there was 2. Actually more than that. There was one in Brooklyn, one in the Bronx, and one in Queens. A guy got shot in the face 7 times.
7 times in the face?
Yeah, and then a YouTuber in Tennessee, excuse me for saying this, dumbass. He decides for his YouTube ratings.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. He stages a fake robbery with a knife, goes up to a crowd of white people and says, I'm going to rob you. I want your money. And the guy takes out his gun and pops his ass and kills him. A young kid, very young kid. And so the guy said, no, I thought they were going to, he had a butcher knife. I thought he was going to me. They thought that he was trying to get viewing. So he got a lot of ratings now in heaven or hell, wherever he's going to. I don't know. But that's just.
A black kid?
No, he looks like he looks Latino of some sort. I'm trying to tell me his name. Let me see. Here it is. Timothy Wilkes was his name. So he might be white, but he looks
Latino.
He looks a little bit like he could be a mixture of white and Latino, but Wilkes is definitely probably more white than whatever. I mean, who knows? I don't know what he is. He's very popular YouTuber, but now a popular dead YouTuber, because that's like that guy who used to play the dumb pranks. What was the name of that show?
Jackass.
And he did something stupid and died. It's like, really? Hey, thank you. Emma said she loves my hair. Thank you. That's like, who does this stuff, people? Who is YouTubers.
Well, people. I mean, what about the girl that licked ice cream? Opened a car. You never seen? I think she got arrested
yeah,
now,
she's going
and would
around.
lick ice cream and put it back. She went to the supermarket, opened a tub of ice cream, licked it, and then put it back.
That's disgusting. That's why I won't buy one that doesn't have the plastic on the seal on it.
Yeah,
I won't buy it because that's why. Like Haagen-Dazs has the seal. You have to pull off the seal.
right.
That's why I buy Haagen-Dazs. If I buy it, I don't really even. She said trumpeteers. Emma said it's a trumpet. You know the trumpeter? Yeah, Trump says, I don't know. Y'all guys seem to be a little bit out there, a little culty-ish. And culty-ish would be like, let's go lick some ice cream in the name of Trump. Like, oh God, no. Yeah, they got some weird. I just think this guy, Timothy Wilkes, look at him. Wow, that's so sad. I want to see if I wonder if I can pull him up. That is really sad, guys, to be so young.
But that's because everybody craves likes. Everybody wants likes. They need likes.
Yes.
They need likes. They need to feel loved, I guess.
I need to feel the cash. Yeah. I think they need to feel the cash. Feel me. Let me see. Yeah, this is crazy. So the guy that shot him, thank God, this is the one time being in a shoot. Well, it's always good when you're in a shooting state. You can carry permit, whatever state. So Tennessee is a carry state, and it was considered self-defense because he had a knife. So that's crazy. I can't believe that. Yeah. That's one shooting. The other one was a gentleman in the Bronx. Let me see. Oh gosh, a lot. Oof, this is crazy. A lot of shootings, but I have something to say about it. So a 41-year-old man was shot in his face inside the building, second floor hallway. They don't know the circumstances yet, so they're taking care of that. 75th precinct. Is he still alive? Oh, it's not considered life-threatening, so that's good. Oh, so he's alive. So maybe they'll find out who really did that, although it's highly probably gang-related, but we won't go there. Then another one, a 26-year-old man in the Bronx is fighting for his life after being shot multiple times on Sunday morning. That happened 8:30 a.m. in front of an apartment building on Brook Avenue in Mott Haven section of the Bronx. They always got something going over there in Mott Haven. Yeah. I don't know. But what I'm saying about the shooting, Carl, is I find it. And then remember the person in Queens yesterday. That was another person. So there's been several. And I don't want to ask about Chicago, but I was talking to a friend about the shootings, and they seem to think like, oh, kids have gone crazy, blah blah blah. And I said, yeah, they've gone crazy, but nobody's asking why have they gone crazy. Nobody's asking what is it that makes someone so insensitized that they just go up and pop somebody in the face, just based on you're on my turf. Like I'd be trying to figure out what can I do to get to young people when they're young, not when they're 15. It's too late. 15. Yeah. I'm talking about at like 6 years old, 5 years old. That's when you start. But that's the parents, that's the community, and the school. All three have to be in network, and the town has to have things going on for the youth.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if this still happens, but I know my son used to tell me about kids getting into fights because somebody stepped on their sneakers.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm like, kidding me? Like, fight because somebody accidentally, stepped on your sneakers.
That was
fight.
That was a thing.
Yeah. I remember I was in a parking lot just a few years ago, and I didn't side swipe, but I dinged a Cadillac. Mm-hmm. And I looked at it, and it had 18-inch rims and tinted windows. Okay. So I knew the person that owned that Cadillac.
You knew them?
No, but I can look at the car and I can tell that's somebody I want to meet.
Oh my God!
I got the hell out of there.
No, you did not.
I didn't even know nothing.
No, you better hope they're not watching. That's my rims. That's my rims.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I looked at that car and I knew this is somebody I do not want to meet.
Oh my God, no. Oh no. That's horrible.
I'm not stupid. Sorry if you're watching.
Yeah, no. I've had times where you're like, ooh, I think I don't want to be bothered with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, well, I don't know. I just I don't know what to think about young people right now. I feel bad for
The
them.
thing is, I mean, like with all that we see, all the stuff we know Black people go through, day after day, we have to get up and fight this fight. We all know what fight is. We just got to fight. Every morning we get up, we got to fight. And for us still to be shooting each other, I just don't understand it. You know what I mean? Like, with all we've seen and all we've been through, and especially with seeing George Floyd killed, you think at some point we will come together and say, okay, we got to stop. We got enough shit to deal with. As Black people, we got to stop killing each other. You don't own the street corner. You don't own turf. This is not your turf.
Right.
If somebody from the government shows up and tell you go home, you got to go home. You know, you don't own anything. So stop with this. This is my street, and this is, you know what I mean? And this is our turf. And, you know what I mean? It's just stupid. It's just dumb. And,
well, you know, Denzel Washington said something about, you know, he always had a father at home. So no matter how far he wanted to try to go left at some point, but it was not going to happen because his father was not the one. So he said it's very important for young boys to have a father figure around, or else they do take the love from the streets. And I think that someone said no common sense, no good home training. Absolutely. That's where I'm going with this, that, you know, parents, we have to take a responsibility. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing. So, I mean, Dick Gregory has a whole, you should YouTube Dick Gregory and his thoughts on why the kids are committing these acts of violence. I think it's brilliant. I think there's something to it, but I mean, you know, we'll leave it at that for now. But there's a series of things going on. What is causing their brain to shut off to a point where they don't have a feeling or remorse for literally a slaughter? Like they'll walk into someone and just like boom, and just like and I've worked with kids like that, so it's a very scary thing. I've had kids I was like, no, I know this. Any given time this could go left. Luckily for me, you know, they had respect for me for some reason or another. I have no idea why, but I've worked with Bloods. I've worked with different gangs when I was out in LA. And you know, I guess, well, they do respect people. They do respect some people sometimes. I don't know what the theory is behind it, but something's not happening at home for you to be able to go up and just shoot somebody. And I will tell you this too. For me, it pisses me off that people, not just us, but just the news right now will show all those stories, right? They'll show, oh, these kids in the Bronx, this kids got shot in Queens, this kids got shot in Chicago, oh, they're little thugs, they're little gangsters, they're little this and that. But they will not show you the two bodies that I found chopped up over here, not me, but that they found chopped over here by the mob in the broad daylight in a $4 million home area. They won't tell you about, or the body in the back of the car, two bodies in the back of a car here at the train station in Pound Ridge. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like they won't tell you about the 17-year-old kid that OD'd at his house, his $4 million house. They won't tell you about that. So that to me is no different, because if it's still all insensitivity. You know what I'm saying? I have no respect for my life or your life.
But you know, a lot of affluent neighborhoods, when crime is committed in that neighborhood, they try to keep it on the down low. I don't know if they pay somebody, but because they want to keep their property values up. You know,
that's what I'm saying to you. Think about it. So when they put all this on the news, and then since Floyd died, all of a sudden, forget that. Since the police talk about what did they say? Not shut down the police. What do they call it? Defund the police. All of a sudden, since they said that word, there are quadruple murders and crimes. Like we've never seen this many in my life. Oh my God. What? Come on now. Something's wrong with this picture, if you ask me. I mean, I know the crimes are really happening, but no one's asking why are they happening? Are there bad, just like there's bad cops that are out here shooting Black men to make sure they get rid of them. There's also bad cops that's saying, listen, we want to keep our damn jobs. So now's the time for payback, buddy. I make sure you don't go to jail. You do your shit now. You can go get that guy over there that's messing with your turf. I give you full permission. I mean, think about it. They wasn't doing it before because they will lock you down. They will lock down a neighborhood and say, if you put committing crimes, I'm going to come sweep through it. That's why I love shows like The Wire, because they gave a little touch, a fun touch on that stuff. Like, so you knew like certain neighborhoods, you ain't coming to sell. They're not going to stand on a street corner here and sell drugs. That's not going to happen. But they'll go to South Bronx and do it and get away with it because there's a code and there's people who say this place you can, that place you can't. It's the same. It's the same thing. These kids are committing these murders, and because they know they got somebody on the inside that's hooking them up. Somebody's hooking them up because with all the street cameras out, you didn't catch one of the shooters yet. Yeah, come on.
But there was a program. I think it was in LA. I don't know if you've heard. This was many years back in the 90s, I think, where they would take kids to the morgue to show them gunshot. People that died from gunshots and gang violence. And I guess it was kind of like a scared straight kind of thing. I don't know if that would, if it's still going on or if that'll work.
I don't know. I've heard of those things, scared straight.
Yeah.
That does not work for me. They be like, I saw them in the jail. They were like, it was like 500 pounds. Like, you coming here? You in my hood? I will get you. And they'd be like, yo, I don't give a damn about you. It's like, don't say that to him. And then the guy would get up in their face and they'd be like, I know you ain't gonna do nothing, because they're so smart that they know on television that we're not gonna allow somebody to kill them right on television. So that's the problem. So I don't know. Hey, cuz you said blue flu. What's that?
That's when the police don't go to work.
Oh yes. Oh, they are? Really? That's crazy. Blue flu. I never heard of that. Wow. I'm outdated because wow.
It's because they say defund the police. The police want to show you here's what'll happen if we're not around. So they ignore.
That's what they say. But also think about it. It still does not make sense to me that none of these kids are caught in the broad daylight.
Yeah.
And cameras around on every store. Like, come on, something's wrong with this picture. I'm not convinced. And I could be totally wrong. Again, I told you, I'm never, I never say, oh, what I say is right and it's gold. Sometimes I check out stuff and maybe it's not true. That's fine. So always do your own research. I tell everybody that all the time. But I'm still not convinced that all of a sudden, when we start talking about defund the police, not only are you still killing us like at least one or two a week, but also all of a sudden there's like, this week 1, 2, 3, like at least 10 shootings a week. Get the heck out of here.
I think there was a guy recently that it was a call to his house for something, but he wasn't the intended person the police showed up for. But he came out of the garage, the door opened up, he had a cell phone in his hand, and they shot him like 4 or 5 times.
Think about that. That's just weird. Yeah. They charged him though. They did charge him.
They did charge.
You're at your garage. Like, what's up with that? Even if you are a cop looking around, you can't just go and shoot somebody because it could be the owner of the garage. Like, and then if you're in a state that you can carry. So if the cop comes in my driveway, and is looking around, and I'm the owner, and I pop his ass because I didn't know he was a cop, now I'm the bad guy.
Yeah. But I mean, studies have shown there's a form of police. The Dr. Joy DeGroot, there's this police that said white policemen are afraid of black men, and there's no ifs, ands, buts. They are afraid of black men. She said, and the bigger, the darker the black man, the more afraid they are of black men.
That's called guilt.
So that's why they're being shot.
That's called guilt, and that's called I don't want to lose my white privilege. And these goddamn guys are coming around here. Who they think they're getting education and making their own businesses. The news flash is for anybody out there, Proud Boy, whoever it is out there that thinks that oh my God, black men, oh my God, I gotta be scared of them. It's like
how do we fight that though? You can't fight that. You can't. How do you fight it? You can weed them out, I guess. I mean, somebody said give them a lie detector test. To see if they're crazy.
No, let me do a assessment on them. I can tell you right away. I can tell you. You guys need to hire me to hire your cops. I can tell you right away what kind of person. I know the questions to ask.
Yeah. Now I would like to do like a hidden camera kind of thing to put them in a situation and around black people and see how they react.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, send them to like the South Bronx.
Yeah.
And see how your first is South Bronx.
But
housing, we're gonna send you there first. Yeah, that would be interesting. That would be good. That would be good. But the scared theory doesn't work for me anymore, Carl.
Yeah.
Because it's not really scared. It's guilt slash
or hatred.
And exactly, it's purified hatred and guilt, which is a part of the hatred and a part of I can't explain it. You know how sometimes people feel guilty for stuff that happened. So slavery happened. They know they treat us wrong and treated us wrong and still treating us wrong. Some people, okay.
Yeah.
And so instead of just saying, you know what, they did some jacked up things, my ancestors, but I'm gonna do different from today on, and we're good. Like, this is how we're gonna roll. Everybody's equal. Let's do things right. Boom, no problem. Because the thing is, Black people have never been a revengeful seeking people. And I'll tell you this: all the slave masters that were still alive.
Yeah. Yes.
Even when we outnumbered them, like we had opportunity to say, guys, there's 10 of us. There's only one of him. Let's knock him out, or let's take her out. Let's kill these kids. Well, or let's kill these people when we feed them. You know, it could have been as simple as poisoning them because they trust us with the food. We didn't do it. Why? Because we knew God wouldn't like that. So we chose to be enslaved 200 years until we figured it out and says, oh, wait a minute, we need to get up out of here. Hold up. So therefore, they're not looking for revenge. Black men today don't want nothing.
No, even Dr. Joy, she said after lynching started after slavery. It only started after slavery. She said after slavery, that's when the lynching of Black people started. They started, but the slaves, who should have been the most pissed off, did not start attacking white people.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So what's going on there? Like, you had me enslaved for over 200, 300, for whatever years. I was your slave. I should be pissed off. How is it that now you're lynching me?
So that is so
you know what I mean? Now you're lynching me. You know what I mean? Like,
guilt. That's guilt.
You know?
But the guilt in the sense that, oh my gosh, wait, we let them go with slavery. So they thought that because they were out of slavery and we had nowhere to go, no jobs, and we couldn't read, that we'd be like, oh, Mr. Master, please help us. And some people did. Some people stayed on because they were like, I don't know what else I'm going to do. I ain't got nothing else. But most of us was like, well, I'd rather go and have nothing than to keep doing this. So they were like, wait a minute. So some were actually getting jobs, creating jobs and doing things. And they're like, wait, they're still making it? Hold up. Because if there's too many of them, then they're going to outnumber us. This is that lie, which comes with the movie. The what's the name of that movie that we talked about? The white movie that came up about Black people being in the wild and all that stuff. I forgot the name of the movie.
I know what you're talking about.
Guys, there's a movie that came out way back thousands of years ago. And it was the start of
Birth of a Nation.
Birth of a Nation. Yes, it was the start of the lie that and the narrative that Black people are animals.
Yeah, we're mongrels.
We must get rid of them. If we don't, they will overtake us and they will take our women.
Yeah.
First of all, I think no, that's not how this is gonna go. And we know this from slavery. Remember Mandingo? How did that come about? Because the missus was a little lonely, let's just say. It wasn't getting what she wanted from Mr. Massey. Let's just say that. So that wasn't on us. We didn't go seek her out. How did they come up with these damn myths? That movie projected all those myths and started the American lie, the American cover-up, and the American trajectory that Black people are evil. Like, don't let them do anything. So the media literally started their whole thing. Everything you see on TV from the 40s and 20s and all those years, never nothing good on us. Oh, yeah. Who? Nat Turner, yeah.
That's Michelle.
Yes.
That's one of my favorite. She watches our show. She's like she's very knowledgeable, and I love her.
Yes.
Hey, Michelle.
One day we'll have to have her on. And Nat Turner, yes, Turner was the man. But they thought we were all, I wish we were all Nat Turners. We wouldn't have been slaves so long, I'll tell you that. You know, that's fact.
But the thing with this, the theory about white people being afraid of us, is like, and this is what I can't get past. We have hardcore documented evidence of being terrorized by white people. Right? We have pictures of lynchings. We have videos of being attacked by dogs, and just treated in the worst way.
Hard and feathered, castrated.
Every single, right? We have the slavery. That over 15 million people died on the slave trade.
Mm-hmm.
For some, you know what I mean? But nobody wants to talk about that. 6 million Jews died. That's all. Everybody knows that, which is fine. The Jews are doing a great job of not letting us forget that 6 million Jews died, but 15 million Black people died during the slave trade.
Mm-hmm.
Right? At least. I mean, at least that's as far as documented. Who knows? A lot more.
Yes.
Probably died.
Yeah.
But my point is, we are still not afraid. We're still not afraid. Even though we have hardcore evidence of every tragedy that's been done to us.
Mm-hmm.
And we're still, now these people on the other hand have been told lies about us, which there's no evidence, and they react like it's true. And I mean, they act scared and lock the door, they hold the bag, they cross the street, they hold the kid's hand real tight, they look at you suspicious.
I know, that's the best one, when they hold the kid tight. I was at a health club once, and I worked there, and I went to go walk around the desk for something, and the lady grabbed her son. I was like, "You don't have to grab him. I don't want his ass. I can never see my girl. I don't want yours."
What I'm saying is, like, we have not shown in any way that we will be violent towards them.
Nope.
And they have shown every which way they're violent towards us, and we still get it every day and walk amongst them with no fear. With no fear.
Well, it's so true.
Yeah.
I mean, it boggles my mind too. I'm like, wow. Every time I walk past somebody, I should be like, "Ooh."
Yes, of course.
That's a good. Right? We're gonna write that up. That's a good one. We're gonna write that. I was
at Home Depot and I saw a white dude buying some rope. I should have been tripping. I should have been shaking. I saw a white man with rope.
Yeah, that's common stuff right there. It's like, "Oh, he got a rope."
Yeah.
It's like, "Girl, I'm playing double dutch." Like, oh, okay. You know? Yeah. No.
So I just don't. That is one thing I can't get.
Yeah, I don't get it either. And to this day, who's this? Emma said, "We built town on a better level. Also, we're great government officials, and they didn't have any power." Oh, what are you talking about? Oklahoma? I know there was quite a few cities.
Is that the Tulsa, that the Black Wall Street she's talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. Tulsa, Emma, you talking about? I know we built the Capitol, first of all. I know you know that. Yeah. So there's a lot of things that we did that we don't get any credit for, which is okay. At this point, we're not even looking, still don't. Nope. You're right, Emma. We still don't get credit for stuff, which is fine. I'm not even looking for credit. I'm just looking to be able to live without people looking at me all funny, like I want something from you. No, I don't. Today, I went to a store in Bronxville, and I was just there the other day and shopped. And so was that the same lady? Maybe it was. So she had these customers, let's say, today. So she was at the cash register with 1, 2, 3, it looked like five or six people, a family, and they were buying like about $600 worth of stuff. So she didn't even say, "Oh, do you need anything?" Blah blah blah. And I was like, She don't remember me from yesterday. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I was there 3 days ago, something like that. I was just seeing if she had got anything new in for a top. That's all. That's all I wanted. But she never asked anything. So I said, "Okay, no problem. Not a problem. You're a mom and pop store. You can go out of business anytime." Just saying, y'all better be nice. And matter of fact, I'm going to tell people, that's another thing I'm going to warn people about restaurants. Restaurants, if you are a restaurant, keep your A game, please. Please keep your A game. For my birthday, my daughter ordered food. She ordered a bottle of wine, and the seafood was good. Chicken parmesan was good, but they forgot the wine, and then took a half an hour to bring it, and acted like, "Oh, well, yeah, well, it'll be like about a half an hour." She said, "Yeah, but I told you it was my mom's birthday. We went to sit down for dinner. So now, do we have dinner now because we're starving? Or do we wait for the one half an hour and then mess up our time frame?"
Why you got to wait half an hour for one?
She didn't even care. She didn't even care. You would think something, but she didn't even care. And I said, "Wow." And I only went to them because during the pandemic, remember when it was crazy for people couldn't get to the store? People were like, "Oh my God, what are you going to do about food?" They're one of the restaurants that help feed people. So that was the only, I mean, they were awesome about that. So that's why I was like, you know what? If I got a couple dollars, why not? My daughter's paying, but we got a couple dollars, why not give them play? There's a couple restaurants in here that really stepped up and would step up. I know any of the restaurants you go to somebody and said, I have nothing to eat, please help me. They probably hook you up with something. So why, that's why.
I just get sick of being treated like I don't matter. And it pisses me off that I can't go anywhere. I mean, like I told you guys when I recently bought a car and just the way they talk to you, like, you know what I mean? And
like
they don't care.
Yeah, your sale doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, I think now with the pandemic, if they're a smart business, they will know that every sale matters, including the black. Because you don't never know right now. We don't know what's going to go on. If people don't have money, they're not coming to buy your car.
Yeah.
So if somebody comes to buy your car, you should be very happy. Because maybe they'll tell their friend.
I just wish there was some kind of book out that just listed all the black businesses, car dealerships, car sale, auto sales, whatever, plumbers, lawyers.
There is an app.
There's an app that has that.
They've made an app. That's what they said. They were making an app for that. Jay-Z and somebody else, or who was it? Somebody else. There's a few people.
If there's anybody watching that knows where I can find black businesses, if I have to buy a car from Texas, I have it shipped to where I am, I would do it. Just so I don't have to deal with these people.
Wow. Oh, you looking for a car now?
No, right now, no. But I mean, in the future, anything I need, like a plumber, you know what I mean? Like,
okay. So.
I just had a guy come to my house recently, and my snowblower stopped working.
Oh yeah. You told me this. I can't. Oh God. Guys, you got to hear this. Oh my God. Go ahead.
What, you mean
yeah. Don't tell it. Sorry, guys. I'm
not gonna out these guys.
Sometimes, Donna, what'd you say? Sometimes, cheap is not good or free is not good. Let's just say that way.
Yeah. I hired two brothers to plow my driveway, and they show up, no snowblower. He said his snowblower's in the shop. So I'm like, okay, so what are you gonna do? So his buddy jumps out of the truck. Buddy weighed about 350, and they had this huge piece of wood, like a big piece of, like about a 10 by 10 piece of wood, and his buddy sat on the wood while the other guy jumped in the truck, and they just dragged that piece of wood back and forth up and down my driveway.
Did it work?
No, it packed the snow tight. So I still couldn't drive up because I had to park my car at the end of the driveway because I couldn't drive up to the house. I don't have a four-wheel. I don't have a 4x4. So
what did they come back? They should have been able to come back in an IOU.
He never came back, and
businesses get it together. Black and white, get it together.
And he just looked at me, go, well, I did the best I could for you.
No, are you kidding me? I can't. See, this is what I'm talking about. And he's not the only one. I get it. He just was trying to make some money, whatever. Yeah. You need to be forward with people. So I would have said, listen, sir, my blower's out, but we have another technique that we try.
Yeah.
That's what I would have said. Because then I'm keeping it real, right?
It's called Fat Albert on a sled.
I mean, at least give it to me. Like, tell me so I can make a decision. Yeah. Say, no, I'll wait till your stuff is fixed. How about that? Yeah. You can make a decision, but you can't make a decision if you didn't know. Yeah. And what happens is a lot of businesses, like a couple businesses that we were given play to eat from, they have become lackadaisical with us and like complacent. Yeah. So I was like, okay. And so I told my daughter, I said, let's start adding up the receipts of what we're spending because we're not supporting businesses if they're not, what the hell's the point? I mean, if they're not being supportive, why are we supporting?
Black Nation app.
Black Nation, yes. Yes, yeah. Black Nation app. Yes, that's right. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. She typed it in. Thank you, Tina. Yeah, no, what was I saying? My ADHD just kicked in. Oh, the guy. What did I say? Oh, I just totally forgot what I was saying.
Oh, I actually have that app on my phone.
You have that app?
Yeah.
And you didn't find stuff?
I thought it was all about business, about selling stuff.
Oh, I'll check it out. I don't know. I'll check it
Yeah.
out. I'll let you know. You can Google black businesses in your area. Usually something pops up now. But what was I talking about? I was saying about businesses that they're getting lackadaisical and like matter of factly, and I don't know, it could be me. I wouldn't say it's because I'm black. I'll just say I don't know why the hell they get so. Like one time, 3 businesses I called, they normally give you your thing of rice when you order this certain dish. Do you know what they did? They gave me, because my daughter ordered it and I ordered it, they gave me 1 thing of rice.
1.
So I said, why would you do that? Well, it's a bigger container or something. They said. I said, well, how do you know that maybe she's stopped by to visit and wants to take her food home? How do you know that?
Right. Yeah.
So they were like, well, from now on, this is how we're doing it. Really? So you're telling me from now on you're going to rip me off and, give me a little bit less just because of what? Okay, no problem. So I won't be back. You said, well, no, I don't want that. No, you don't want that because I got about 10 friends that order from you. So you start doing the math. That could hurt you a little something. That could put a little dent in your pockets.
I'm just sick of dealing with the attitude. You know what I mean? And like you're doing business with people and you can tell they don't like you. You can tell they don't care for you. Yes. But you still feel you have to because there's nowhere else to go. I want somewhere else to go.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it. I just want somewhere else to go.
Yes, I do too. But I do notice a place that has good customer service for anything. And I always go back. My friend opened a store in Mount Kisco, the CBC store in Mount Kisco on Main Street. They had an grand opening, but they give such beautiful hospitality. I call it old school hospitality. You walk in, hey, how are you? Can I help you with anything? How's it going? Even if they didn't know me, because my friends have gone in there too. I've sent friends in there. She's so nice. I said, that's really just her. That is not just because you're coming in to the store. That's her personality. That's what I'm looking for now. And especially in the pandemic, we're already stressed out at home. We're already lonely. Some of us are depressed. I'm not trying to go and spend my money and be treated like a second class. Oh no. I can stay home because I cook better than most chefs. So I don't need their food. I don't need it. I just did it to support businesses, but I don't have to support anybody. So it's up to them. But they need to be a little kinder to their customers and stick to what you normally do. Don't start changing up because of the pandemic. You got to save money and give 1 rice to a family that ordered 2 or 3 that ordered, and now you're gonna put their rice together. Nobody asked you to do that. No. I outslicked somebody today. I had my daughter call, and then I called, and then I picked up both orders. They were like, "Oh." I said, "No, I'm dropping 1 person off, and we needed the orders split. That's why we did it that way." But some guy had told me, well, we're only going to give you 1 rice now. I said, really? That's what you're going to do? Okay. No problem.
Yeah. You don't want to piss off people that are making your food anyway.
No, that's why I just said I won't eat that no more.
Yeah, I wouldn't. No.
I won't do that. And they were already accused of racism, so I don't need no secondhand thing. Thank you. I only go with the owner. I like the owner. She's a nice lady. But I'm just
sick of it. I mean,
no, I don't like being treated like a second class citizen when I'm spending money. Period. Move south. You said move south.
Move south.
Girl, I thought you knew me since I was 7 years old, girl. You know, that's place I'm moving.
And Michelle said something too, right? Michelle.
Michelle. Let me see. She said, wait, where's she at? Michelle said, Tanya. Oh, hi, Tanya. What'd she say? Wilmington, North Carolina, Wall Street. That's what it was. Accident purpose. Oh, this is the company. Oh, she put the link in for you, Carl. Yeah.
Michelle said we wouldn't spend money if not respecting us.
Black Nation app. Oh, okay. So that's what she said. Yep.
Michelle said, yeah.
That's right.
But it's so hard because sometimes there's nowhere else to go.
Yeah. No, it's that's the thing about it. Plus, there are some people move south. Not gonna happen, Emma. Remember, I'm a Quaker. I'm not trying to carry no gun. I mean, I'm thinking about it. I'm actually thinking about it. I got to talk to the Quakers about this. I'm trying to think. Because I don't think Quakers can own a gun. I'm not sure. I got to look that up. Pretty sure it's totally opposite of what they believe. So I got to decide that I might leave them for that. Oh, well, yes. Well, that I know, Emma. That's true. Emma said a lot of blacks, excuse my throat, own their business in the South. And that's true. My foster mother had her own house at 18. You know, she was a civil rights leader. She had her own hair salon, and she bought it doing heads for 50 cents a head. And the lady got in trouble that owned it, who used to always tell her, "Oh," and she was so mean to my mother. My mother, she's such a racist little mean lady, but she kept her because she was the only one that could do black hair and white hair. So the lady finally had some problem go on and came in with the store one day and says, "Oh, I got a problem. I got to sell this business right away. Who's got money?" And my mother's like, "How much?" And she was like, "Something like $2,000." She's like, "Okay, I'll buy it." So that's how she got her first business at a young age. But, and you're right, Emma, everybody down south, they don't play. Oh, my. What'd you say? The LO, that was me trying to help Tanya. Oh, what'd she say though? I didn't say, "Oh, we want to spend money, if not respecting us." Yes, thank you. Thank you, Michelle. My mind farts. Yes. Y'all know I just turned 50. February 9th. I just turned 50. 50. Yeah, that's it. So my memory's going a little bit. Yeah.
I was talking to Desi last night. I was talking to Desi on the phone, and he said, I think it was recently, a black couple was flying on some airline, and they found out that the ticket agent added an extra whatever $10 or $20 to their just because they were black.
Really? Why?
Yeah, there's some phenomenon called black tax that white people add on when they don't like black people. It's just
a black tax. Really?
Yeah.
What company was this? What company was this?
I don't remember what airline, but there's an airline. I gotta look for it.
You gotta look for them anyway. You gotta look for them anyway. I used to have an agent when I used to model, and then after I left, for some reason, I used to still get hooked up with this place. It was down in Manhattan. I think, I don't know if they changed the name and closed, but I got the best deals to Europe with them. My God, I mean, 800 Paris round trip for 3 people.
Really?
Like, you have to get the best deals, deals. But they closed. But you have to watch. I believe it. Baggy says, "Hey, Lane, what's up? Oh, happy belated. Thank you very much, darling. It was a good birthday. Just my daughter and I. Thank you." But yeah, I'm going age backwards. I don't know. Tell it to the chin. Tell it to the neck. That's always the first thing to tell to go.
Are your hands?
The neck or the hands? Yeah, my hands always been manly anyway. I have my hands are so big that I can actually palm a basketball.
You can.
Yes, my hands are bigger than the average man's hands. There's got to.
You tell us about you knocking guys out at school.
That's Charles Baker. Yeah, this guy grabbed my hand in a club and did like this, the little thing. Boof. What'd you do that? Like, what the hell you putting your finger? My finger and your finger and my finger don't match up. I don't remember meeting you ever in my life. He's like, "Well, I was just trying to say you're cute. Cute to who? Cute to who? You was telling my hand it was cute? That's not cute." Yeah. He was like, "Oh," he was so done with me. He was so upset with me, but that's all right. He get over. He never do that again. 50s, it's my deck. Oh, really? Oh, 50s. Okay.
I'm truly saying what's on her mind.
I'm over 50. But no, I've been saying what's on my mind, Michelle. that is half my problem, and one of the reasons why I never made it to television. Let's just say that. Let's say I never made it yet to television because you have to. Let's just say do a lot of stuff.
Is that the story about the service charge? Yeah.
Oh, that's
there it is. Yeah, Tina found it. She found it.
You think I can hit it? Do you think I could pop up?
I don't know.
If I share the screen, that would be a good one.
It was American Airlines.
American Airlines. I'm gonna look it up over here. Let me see.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Passenger may pay African American service charge.
What?
Yeah. It's nigger tax.
Oh God. Tax. Let me see. Oh, yep. Wow.
Yeah.
American Airlines passenger receive. Wow. Passenger receives African American service charge on the flight. How the hell does some? Breaking news: Delta flight lands. Oh, not in danger. Okay. A North Carolina woman said that she received an African American service charge after reviewing her bank statements following American Airlines.
Yeah.
Kenra Bryant said she and her partner booked the flight out of Charlotte Douglas Airport Thanksgiving Day last year. Didn't notice the charge from a self-service baggage kiosk until she looked at her bank statement. Wow. Brian wrote, it's deleted since whatever, American Airlines. Wow. It said African American service charge. You're right. Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Well, how do people get away with this now? And I just don't get.
I
just
have no
don't
idea.
get that. Like anybody can tell me, like, what the heck?
This is 2021.
I just don't get. I don't get that. Like, I don't know. It is ridiculous, Tina. Right? I can't believe that. I just.
Folks don't even want me on TV. On speakerphone, never mind TV.
Michelle, you and I get along real nice, girl. Yep. That would be like.
But imagine that in 2021.
Yeah, no, that's scary. And that's very scary. And that's the thing. It's like, how do we, you're right, Carl. We're the ones that should be walking around here scared. I mean, I don't understand how people could say they're scared.
Oh, I didn't even tell you. So some guy came and picked up my snowblower to get it, to fix it.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So then he calls me and tells me it's all set. So I say, okay. First of all, I gave him like a $75 deposit.
Mm-hmm.
This white dude came, picked it up.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, it's not throwing snow. He said, okay, don't worry about it. I'll fix it. Okay. So then he calls me yesterday and tells me it's going to be $450.
What?
To fix a snowblower. That's a brand new snowblower.
Right. I would never pay that.
Yeah.
What?
So that's why I had called Desi yesterday. He said, that's ridiculous. He had his done for like $100, $200 tops. You know, so, I mean, like 150 something.
What are you going to do?
I don't know. I mean, like I told him, I said, hey, I need to see a invoice on exactly what you did. $450.
Oh, he already did it?
He already fixed it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought I thought you have to call first and then tell them what the fee is.
No, he came, he picked it up. I gave him it was a $75. He wanted $75 up front.
Yeah.
I said, okay, you know,
mm-hmm.
And so I gave that. So he took it away
mm-hmm.
to wherever his shop and he fixed it. Then he called and told me it's done and it's $450.
That's not how it's supposed to go. My brother, when they get something fixed, they call him and say, hey, we found the problem. It's $400. Do you want to go proceed?
That's exactly what Desi said.
I would never. I'd be like, you keep it.
That's exactly what Desi said.
$450.
You know? Yeah.
And see, that's so wrong. That's so wrong.
Yeah. So now I'm going to be in a fight with him.
Oh, also, you can give him a Yelp review, a bad review.
Yeah. I'm going to go to the Better Business Bureau also. And if I have to, I'll take him to small claims court.
Yep. I would definitely do that. Because there's something wrong. $450, you can buy a new one.
Yeah, absolutely.
No.
Absolutely.
You actually paid him?
The $450?
Yeah.
No, I paid him $75. I
wouldn't pay him. I wouldn't pay him.
I'm not.
I'd be like, keep it if you want.
I asked him for an invoice. I said, what? He said, well, it was mostly labor.
No, labor. Nah.
But he still hasn't sent the invoice. He still hasn't sent me an invoice.
Nope. That's what I would tell him. Report him to BB&B. That's wrong. Yes, Tina, exactly. She said, did you pay? No, he didn't pay, Tina.
No.
Nope. Good. Don't pay him. Don't pay him.
So far, I just paid him $75.
Nope. That's all right. So I'd be getting my $75 back and tell him, give him back my blower too.
Yeah.
and still write him up. I still would. Yeah. That's right. Good, Tina. Don't pay him. She said the same thing I said. Don't pay him. I would not pay him. That's bullshit. $450
for a snowblower. And I talked to a couple of other people that fix snowblowers, and they said they've never charged $450.
Yeah,
the service of snow. He said it's like usually $100. You know.
Yeah.
But
easy. Well, you know, I mean, if I can tell you stories,
I'm not gonna go to a shop because I know if I show up at his shop and we get into an argument, and the police show up.
Yep.
You know, I can end up dead.
Yep.
You know, because if he calls the cops and they, you know, they see me and they see him.
Yep, especially in that part of town, because you know I call the Aryan race loves Darien, Connecticut, and all those parts of Connecticut. That's where they're from, Litchfield. That's where they all roll. Them I call them high end Proud Boys. That's where they roll. Yes, Darien, Connecticut. Oh, they're so racist. Some of them. I've never. But you know, this is the sad part that even in 2021, we're still getting a black tax for things. And I've seen it. I've seen places where they say, "Oh, that's such and such amount," and then like my friend will ask, and then I'll ask, and they'll say, "Oh, well, yeah, it's this." Well, you know, and then they'll try to milk me for my money. I said, "No, I'm good, thank you." I did it today with somebody. I called. Who did I call? I called someplace, and I asked them something, and they tried. I don't know. Did the guy? I forgot. I called somebody today,
Yeah.
knows me, and they told me a different price than when I told somebody else. So I said, I'm not sure about that. There are people who are still jerks, let's just say, and
Yeah.
that's the thing about this virus too is that in the height of this pandemic, being African American, not only you got to worry about now, there's people out there that's going to cough us on a purpose. There's people out there, there's doctors who are going to tell us something on purpose. A lot of the people that died in the first round in March, those Black people died because I believe they were Black and left in the hallways and things that didn't happen. That's what, and this is a sad fact that we still have to face crap. So I'm very cautious about where I go for doctors, for food, for anything, because those Proud Boys are at all those places that you got to go get stuff from. They're there.
Absolutely. I mean, I always say we are worried about the police shooting Black men and shooting Black women and shooting, but there are people with that mentality that are doctors and dentists and and lawyers and work. So we can't put all our attention on the police.
Yes.
Because they're in all professions.
Yes, exactly. All professions. And I've seen it. Well, I won't say this one instance. This girl told me about that her baby was getting an ultrasound and in England, and the husband's Jewish and the wife is half white and Jewish, whatever she is, Black, whatever, and Jewish, whatever. And so the doctor, the X-ray technician was going like this: "Oh, here's your little monkey. Here's your little cheeky monkey. Come on, monkey, kick monkey." And they were like, and then they're like, I was like, hell. So they were actually saying, "Oh, look, there's a cheeky little monkey." And so then the husband was like, "Well, we just took it off because everybody says," like there was a white lady in England who had a half Black daughter, and the Jamaican nanny saw her talking to her daughter, said, "Come here, my little monkey. Come here, my little monkey." And I was like, "We cannot escape this." I told you I was at an open mic.
That is a thing in England, though.
It is. Forget England. That comes from that movie again. The apes were wild in the jungle because they always show us like, they don't show us when we were king and queens with all the gold on, and why they came over there and invaded to get the diamonds. I'll tell you that part. Ask the South Africans why they there. If we saw jungle, you know what I'm saying? Ask them why they there. Ask them why.
We know why they're there.
Why South Africa is so white? They got the best golf courses in the world. First of all, Donald Trump knows this. That's why he called it the shithole country. He don't want you and I to go golf there. But it's crazy. I was like, you let someone call your baby a monkey? I wish. Doctor, don't try. You see my face? Do not try it with me. I will call you out. I will definitely call you out. But anyways. Wrap up already, Carl. I can't believe. Thank you, guys. Tina, it's so nice to see you, love. Oh my gosh, Emma. Who else? Michelle, and who else was on here? Elaine. Hey, Elaine. Hey, Elaine and Emma. I got you already. Who else was on here? Oh, I can't see. My cousin Prince. Thank you so much, you guys. Donna, I see you, and Carl, you're with me, and I see you. I'm like, Carl, no, you're right here. Thank you for checking in with me today. Thursdays chatted up, and I haven't been able to do it in a while because I've been having guests on Thursdays, which I usually never do because I like to just chat about whatever's going on, just for fun. Because you gotta sometimes. Who's it?
Thanks for the info, Tina.
Yes, Tina. Thank you so much for the info. Yes, that's awesome. So yes, hey, girl. Oh, Jennifer, there you are. I was wondering where you were, girl. There you are. Oh, thank you, Emma. I appreciate that. Thank you, Emma. Yeah, we're just kicking it. Today's Tanya's living room, Mike. As you know, Thursdays not so serious sometimes.
We didn't even get to talk about the Black man that got killed by police put in the chokehold. Did you hear about that one?
Oh no, not enough.
Well, I'm not sure how recent it was, but it was a store that was being robbed. And so the Black man walks in to get snacks for his kids.
No.
While the store's being robbed, so the store clerk motioned to the Black man, "I'm being robbed, call the police." So he was being robbed by a white guy.
What?
And the store is being robbed by a white man.
What? Oh, wait, let me see. No,
So the
that's
black man grabbed the white man and put him in a ground, hold on to him, had him in a bear hug or whatever, wrestled him to the ground till the police showed up. So the white clerk called the police. Police shows up, sees the black man holding the white man, jumps on the black man, puts him in a chokehold. The white dude, robber, runs away. They put him in a chokehold that, cut his, they call it some kind of hold where police.
Asphyxia.
Right. So you do it but you're only supposed to do it for less than 4 minutes.
Because they get brain dead.
Right. So they did it and they couldn't resuscitate him.
What? He died?
So he died.
No, you're kidding me.
They never caught the real robber.
No, they knew who it was. They did that on purpose.
Yes.
That's horrible. That is freaking horrible. What is going on with our society? Like, I know, Tina, I can't. That just horrifies me. Like, dude, are you not another one? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? I haven't watched it. I purposely, and this is shameful to say as a comedian, I don't know how I'm going to do material. I don't know how I'm going to practice, Carl. But I stopped watching the news because it's depressing. Yeah. It's depressing.
It is.
And it's one a week at least. And at one point I was like, wait a minute, they're killing 2 a week.
Yeah.
Do that math on that. That's a lot of people since in the last few years. That's thousands of people they've killed. But that to me is a travesty. Yeah. Absolute travesty. And the store clerk, I mean, like, I just don't. It's just everything's wrong. I don't get it. But but then I mean, the black guy, he was smart. He should have just, hey, hola, hey, what's up, Jose? How are you? Bien? That's my friend from my old job. I just don't get it. It's like I still say we just have to, as people, human beings, do the right thing always when we have an opportunity. But something like that, like if there's a robbery in your store, I'm not going to save anybody because I already know what. As soon as they call the cops, I know unless it's in my town, the cops are coming, and the first thing they're going to look at is, the black person, which is horrible that they still do that. I had one cop show up, which was I was very pleased. A lady's dog around the corner from me was out loose with no chain. And so, which is illegal. The dog is allowed to be free in its yard, but she has no fence.
Yeah.
So I was walking my dog. My dog's little. So her dogs came to try to literally rape my dog. Literally, I'm not kidding. Like my dog's little. So I picked my dog up and they started scratching me and literally my leg was bleeding. And the daughter, I'm in the middle of the street, by the way. I purposely was in the middle of the street because I didn't want no one to say I was on their property. And luckily my neighbor was across the street. So it's really chaotic. The dog's scratching me. I'm like, ah, and my dog's like screaming because he's scared that they're trying to get at my dog with him in my hand. And these are like big Labradors and they're using nice dogs, but the owners were they look a little inbred, let's just say. And so like right out of the movie Deliverance. And so it turns out they were from Florida, but that's another story. So they were like, well, that's what you get for coming over here on my property. And she's looking at me while the dog's scratching me and while I'm bleeding. Yeah. So her daughter's looking and runs out and says, Mom, what are you doing? She grabs the dog. And that's how the dog got up me. She goes, what are you doing? Don't you see what the dog's doing? Well, she shouldn't have been on my property. She says, Mom, look. And I started filming. That's why she stopped. I said, I'm filming. And this is going live to Facebook, by the way. I'm just letting you know. And she was like, oh, you can't film me. Yes, I can. Because you can have your dog scratch me. So you can. And my neighbor came out and said, if you don't get your goddamn dog, I'm going to kill both of your asses. I got my shotgun ready because I know this is some racist shit going on. And I was like, thank you. So my neighbor had my back. But I was like, she was literally happy to see her dog like violate me and scratch me up. Like she didn't care. And the cop came. The cop came. I got to give him credit. The cop came. This is why I like our cops. He came. And he did not come like, he knew I called and I said, I'm standing in the middle. I'm African-American. I'm sitting here with my dog. There's a dog scratching me. I'm bleeding. And the woman's standing there looking at me. She won't get her dog. And I'm in the middle of the darn street. I have video footage to prove it. So they came and they came straight to my house because I walked home at this point. I was like, I walked home and he's like, all right, let's go. We're going to go and talk to her. So they went and talked to her and was like, you can't have your dog off the property. She's like, well, she shouldn't have been on my property. And I was like, he's like, ma'am, look, this is where she said she was at. And I believe this is the spot. She's why would she just make up where she was at? Her video footage shows this. She was never on your property. Well, she shouldn't have been over there. Like, it was like, I just wanted to kill a black person. Right. He was looking at me like this. as the dog scratched him. I'm like, ah. She's like looking at me like, go ahead, bite her up. I don't care. And I was like, wow, you're lucky I'm a Quaker now. Because if you would have caught me when I was 15 years old, girl, I would have went Brooklyn on you. But got the Vaseline and came back to your house. But you know, I'm not that girl anymore. So okay, we're gonna just do this. You know, I mean, I would never do that, but you know, it's just that's the point I'm saying. I'm lucky that my cops were the cops that really respond like a real cop does. Okay, ma'am, what's the situation? To both parties. What's going on? Hello, I'm the one to call. Okay, you're the one to call. Are you okay? Boom. First thing you ask, are you okay? Because I'm telling them on the phone, I'm bleeding. My leg is literally, I don't know if it's scratched or ripped. I'm not sure, but it's bleeding. But I can't do anything because my dog, he'll eat my dog a lot. This dog they would have dogged my dog. I could not. I literally was like, I'll just die. I don't care. So the point is, when you respond to a scene and you don't know what's going on, you find out first. You don't just go up in there shooting.
I mean, same thing with the black security guard in Michigan or Ohio, who the club he was doing security at. There was a robbery, and he grabbed his gun, or he took the robber's gun, and he held the robber at gunpoint until the police showed up.
Right.
Police showed up, saw him holding a gun on the white dude and they shot him 4 times.
They shot their own partner in White Plains. I mean, really, not surprising.
Yeah.
Tina, that was in Bedford Hills. I love our cops in Bedford Hills. So far, knock on wood, we've had good guys from day one. Well, we used to know everybody.
Yeah.
Grew up with them, went to school with them. But now it's a new lot of new people I've never seen. I don't know like I know before, but they're still responding like pretty good. So I've never had a problem yet. And I've seen them respond to lots of things. So I got to give it to them. They respond like real officers do, which is let me assess.
I've been pulled over by I can say 2 cops in my entire life, and I've been pulled over many times, but 2 stand out that they came up to my car and they were very relaxed. They weren't fearful. They didn't have their hand on their gun.
Right.
One was a state trooper. One was a local cop.
Right.
You know, and they were just, you know, when you have an interaction with a white person who doesn't exhibit any racist
behavior,
and you wonder what the hell's wrong with them? What is wrong with you? I'm waiting. I know, right?
You got hope. What's going on?
Like, are you okay? When I meet white people that are not racist, I go, what the hell happened to them? You know, like
I don't think that way anymore. I think opposite now.
That's why. Remember, I suggested us having people on our show. On the 5 comment, white people, to find out what kind of upbringing did you? Because I know so many of my white friends who are not racist and who over the 20, 30 years I've known them, they have never exhibited any form of racism.
Me too.
And I've watched them from afar.
Yes.
Not when I'm around, and I've heard, you know what I mean? So I know, so I'm like, I'm curious as to what kind of upbringing did you have as opposed to somebody else?
Yes.
It must be something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something in the parenting.
Yes.
It's got to be something in the parenting.
I think because like I have some of my friends who I know would never come out and be like, oh, you know, you black. They would never do that. I've got people I went to school with. I went to private school, I went to elementary school with, and they I'm not saying they'll go run up and kiss every black person that runs around, but they've never showed.
Right. But they're not phony, you know what I mean? And I hate phony just as much as I hate race. Phony, you know what I mean? Yes. They're just regular people. And I have
so many great friends like that. I mean, tons. I got people that sit on my board. I've got some of my volunteers, some of my donuts. I got some on here right now who are just awesome people. Always have been. Never. I know that's the last thing on their mind. And I treat everybody the way they treat me. You treat me with love, I got nothing but love for you. All day, every day. Now, if you happen to do something racist to me, I will call you out.
Yeah.
I will call you out, and I don't care if you don't like it. I don't care if you want to try to flip it back and say that I'm the one that's racist. I'm like, nah, that doesn't work. I don't have any power, nor do I have any privilege.
Right.
Well, I have a little privilege that I live in. Privilege that being a woman, I think, is a privilege. I think that is a privilege.
Get doors open for you, get chairs pulled out.
I'm starting to think that might be a privilege. Yeah.
Nobody's ever held a door for me.
Exactly. Well, you've never met me, Carl. I mean, I've held the door. Maria is not dead. Okay. Yes. Oh, and there's Jennifer, my friend Jennifer. That's right, Jen. Jen's another person. I love her to death. Tina,
Yeah.
I got
So I'm saying I would love to have a conversation with those people and say, hey, what kind of upbringing did you have?
Yes. Well, you guys out there in TV land, Zoom land, whatever this is, if you ever want to be on our show and talk about race and why you're not like those people, like boys, we would love to have you on Five Black Comics. Let us know. You're happy to report what? What'd she say? I'm happy to report that our libraries in Oregon stopped charging for late fees completely because they realized people of color were being disenfranchised because of the fees. Oh, that's nice. Wow. That's good. Yeah. That's really brilliant. See, I mean, I think people, when they know better overall, they'll do better. There's just a few that are stuck on stupid, you know?
I've also had some friends who said their parents are racist and they're totally not.
Yes.
You know, I've had that also.
Yes. And that's
Jennifer said she holds.
Open their eyes.
Yeah.
Some people get woke. They woke earlier than Jen said. She holds doors open. Hey, Jen.
Oh, you do.
We'll keep that in mind, Jen. That you hold doors open. Love the hair, Tisha. Thank you. I was gonna say you got me off guard there. What'd you say? What town was that in? Okay, I see that.
I pray we're finally learning. Somebody
yes, I mean, for every Proud Boy, I'd say there's 5 of us.
Yeah.
Of us. Us meaning Jen, me, you, everybody, black, white. That's like we're not.
The loud people get the most attention. That's why. They're loud, so they get the most attention.
Yes. See, Jen said, I never let my parents influence my choice. Yes, that's right, Jen. I know there's some people, I know people from like who are like 70, 80 years old who had racist parents. And they were like, I said, how come you are not like that? Yeah. And I looked at them and was ashamed. So I was like, wow. So you knew that? Like most people be like, my parents can do no wrong. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But I used to tell my kids, I'm not perfect. I may say something that might be like left, and you might be like, So just because I said it doesn't mean it's gold. I want you always to do your own independent thinking and your independent, and you have to teach it. I believe you have to teach your kids like that because I might say something that they might go out in the real world and find out it's not true. Now they're going to be mad at me.
Yeah, you have to. You also have to teach by example.
One person, yes.
You can't say don't be racist.
Yes.
And then in the same breath go, oh, look at those black people. I just can't stand it.
I know.
You can't don't be racist.
Yeah. As a former teacher assistant, I got to say, it all starts at home at a very young age. It doesn't start at 15. It starts at 5 and 3 when you go buy those dolls and you say, let me buy one of these. I'm going to buy, here's an Asian doll and here's a black doll. I'm going to throw her in with the white dolls.
Yeah.
Throw in. You don't have to say, here's a black doll. You just throw in because now in that little mind, they're thinking, oh, well, they're just dolls. They don't think like white doll, black doll, pink doll. It's just the doll. And I don't care which one I play with because, and I know it sounds so simple, but even as young as 3 years old, when you start putting into these minds that when they see, only thing they see is exactly what looks like them, then that's what they think is, and it is fine. But then when they go to the real world and say, oh, there's people from Asia here. Oh, people from, Japan and Korea and Vietnam and Philippines, they're different people. They're not the same people. You know what I'm saying? You start opening your eyes, and that's when the world becomes, to me, a more beautiful place because, wow, there's so many things going on here besides me. People are very selfish, and we got to change it. It starts with the parents, I think. I really think it starts with the parents and then the community. A lot of these stores, when you see these young kids out here, back to the shootings, out here doing these knucklehead things before they're knuckleheads, before 16, before 13, when they're 10, you say, hey, why don't you do a paper route? Why don't you go and help the seniors over there and help them get, whatever. There's ways to integrate young people and put this whole thing into one perspective. It's hard, a lot of work, but we have to all do it. Not just one group, not just one person.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds simple.
Good for you,
but,
team.
It
does. It's not. Can't blame your parents for everything if the kid's evil. He was. I believe that too, Jen. Some people are just evil. They're born that way. I don't care what name, not born that way, but something happened either in the womb, like let's say like Jeffrey Dahmer, or something happened when they're a toddler, something traumatizing that.
But as far as race go, I think you have to tell kids, or you have to in some way influence the kids to differentiate between the races. I don't see how a kid can born not liking black, or not liking Chinese, or not liking.
It's proven.
You know what I mean?
I've worked with toddlers and babies. They have no clue. It's not until I had a kid come up to me and go like this, "You pretty brown."
Yeah.
Brown. I like brown. Now I could have traumatized him and says, "I'm black," or whatever, something crazy, right?
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah, brown's a good color." And then I touched his skin. I said, "And this color is a good color too." So I didn't say why. So just to let him know for that moment that we're beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It's funny, but I know grown adults who that I knew as kids, and their grandparents would say stuff like, "I always knew they marry a other," you know. And I said, "How'd you know that?" They said, "Because even as a kid, they always loved being involved in everything and everyone. They didn't sector to one group, you know." While the other kids, like one of my friends is Jewish, the other kids wanted to go play with all the Jewish kids. This kid was like, "I'm playing with all the kids. Like, let's make this." He said he knew at 5 years old that he would marry other, because he, even at 5, he'd be like, "All right, you see Tommy, Johnny, Jen, he's got friends of every race to this day." You know, so I think it starts when they're young. If we're not taking our kids out at 5 and 6 years old, 4 years old, to places that have other people doing good things, what do you think? What do you think is going to happen? They grow up and be like, I know people that live in Pound Ridge right now who never see black people ever. Ever. They don't see any.
If all of your friends and everything, you might say I'm not racist, but if all your friends and people you work with, if everything around you, there's no, you know what I mean, it's not eclectic, it's not an eclectic set of people.
Yes.
Then the kid's gonna grow up thinking that, you know what I mean? You really gotta expose your kids.
Yes, that's where
different cultures.
Yeah. That's where the fear sets in. And that's why a lot of these cops, I believe there's a narrative going from high up. Don't let me tell it. And I believe a lot of them QAnons and Proud Boys are in the police force. That's why that's happening. And as we saw with the insurrection, some in there. So that's another story. But if you don't start, you know, we got to start somewhere. And I think it starts when they're very young. Individual as parents, we have to expose our kids to different nationality, different places, different people, and give them the love that they need. I mean, we know about, if they don't have love, we know they're going to be insensitized, both in many ways, not only just racism, but with violence. And, you know, you have to have all those modalities, family values put into place, or else you don't know what you're going to get. You know, look at what's his name? Fred Durst. What's his name? What's the name of the DuPont mansion guy? The guy who
Durst. Yeah, Durst was his name. Yeah.
Here he goes. Here's a guy who's raised by a super uber rich family, one of the 1%. And what does he do? And this is where we prove the theory that everybody needs love. And I think that he didn't get no love at all as a baby. He not only shot his transgender friend, but he chopped him up.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, guys. He's an heir to the DuPont fortune.
Yeah.
What? Did you say something about money?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, right? All right. What matters is if you don't, I think Freud or somebody talks about there's certain needs that we need as babies. And if we don't get them met, that's when you get those other type of people and people of weird things happening. And I believe that, including even with racism, if you didn't get certain, I believe, because the hardcore racists, they're stuck somewhere. They're somewhere stuck in their mind. Hitler was stuck in his mind that we must eradicate this. And if we don't, then this is what's going to happen. He was convinced that this must be stopped. I don't know why, but I still say he didn't get love somewhere. Somehow, he was not.
You know, like, and I hate talking about this guy, but Trump has the same, like, Trump has no empathy. He can't.
Oh, we know he didn't get love.
He can't hug. You know, he doesn't show. He doesn't know how to show love. Like, you know, what I mean, he didn't have a dog. You know what I mean? No. He's the first president that that hasn't had a dog in the White House. You know, when you see him hug someone, there's no love. You see him hug his kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's no passion.
No. And even his wife,
someone suffering.
The way he holds her hand is, you hold my hand.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't want to hold your hand.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, and he's just one of those people that he just not able to show affection.
His cousin said that, she's a psychologist, and she said he really didn't get like the love that he needed.
Yeah. And it shows.
Her uncle was he was not a nice man, and that Trump had you always have to try to outdo each other to please him, and he can never do enough. That's why he is a narcissist, and that's why he has to have people affection. Like, he loved the insurrection. He loved it. He was looking at the monitor like, oh, those people really love me. It's like, no, dummy.
Yeah.
No, that's not love.
You seen when he became president how he was sitting in the Oval Office, and they had each individual person go around the table saying how great he was.
Yes.
And he just sat there, just took it all in.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you see him do compliments out, and it always goes back to him. They'd be like, yeah, my assistant Mike Pence did a great job, but not a better job than I did.
Yeah.
Like, what? Wait, you can't snatch back that compliment. What are you doing? Jen had a good point. Jenna said, I didn't have much love either, but I still was not like that. Jen, that's true. And that's what I was saying. I don't know what it is, and nobody knows. I don't know if we're born. Some people are born more, I don't know if the word spiritual than others, and they don't even know it. Like, it's not a thing that they know, but some people are just like, you ever seen babies that are really sensitive? Not sensitive like if I say, oh, Carl, you're stupid, you'd be like, not like that. Yeah. Just they tune into people, and they're like, look at people, and you're like, this kid is really paying attention. What's up?
Yeah.
They have some, I can't explain it. There are some people.
Intuition.
Yeah, I've seen babies that I know that they know me from the past life, and they're trying to let me know. Yeah. They be looking like, like your kid's looking at me like he know me, and the it's like, he is, and I was like, I know, but where do I know him? So I appeased the kid, and I said, okay, we're gonna work this little fella. The baby's only like what, 9 weeks old.
Funny.
Yes.
When I used to work for a cable company, I used to go into lots of people's homes, as you know what I mean, fix their TV, internet, whatever. Mm-hmm. And so many times people tell me that I'm an angel, or I must be an angel. People know you must be an angel, or you're an angel, because my dog barks at everybody. Mm. And when I walk in, you know what I mean, the dog would just sit there and just look at me and just go like this, like.
So he knows from a past life.
And I'm not even like, not one or two people. Like, just one lady's house had this huge pit bull. Mm-hmm. And she said, I walked in, and she said, and the dog just sat there. Mm. She said, that's never happened before. I would have to put him somewhere,
Wow.
But I am just saying, like, there's something going on in the universe. I know it's off topic, but we're talking about kids know.
Yeah. No, dogs do too.
One lady told me I'm destined to be a preacher, which is totally wrong for me.
I believe that.
I'm destined to be a preacher, she said.
I can see that. I can totally see that. You don't see
really?
that?
You can see that?
You don't see that
being
at all?
A preacher? Me? I don't see that.
I'm gonna help everybody, treat everybody right. But they don't treat me right. But I'm gonna show them better than I can tell them. Okay. My mother told me, my foster mother told me that was her psychic thing for me. She said, one day you're going to deliver God's word. I said, it won't be the Bible. It'll be through my mouth.
Yeah.
And I was like, I found my gift. She's like, what? I said, through television. Yeah. She was like, okay, but I think you're really going to get in the pulpit. I said, yeah, I'm going to get up there and speak. I'm going to tell my story. That's about it. Yeah. And she's like, okay, can I believe me? I had 3 people tell me that.
Yeah, I've had several people tell me that I should.
I see that.
Yeah, you see it?
I see it. I hate to say it. I didn't want to tell you. I didn't want to tell you. I didn't want to tell you because it's something you'd be like, darn, not now, Lord.
Yeah.
Give me about 5 more years. I'm good.
I don't see it. I don't feel it. I don't. You know what I mean?
You said you don't feel it,
No,
guys.
I feel.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't feel it.
it's well, you don't see it until I can't.
I do. I do admit. I love helping people.
I
I
know
would.
you.
I do. I would.
You're a giver.
I lived in Boston when I was living in Boston. From downtown Boston to my house is like a half an hour walk. And this guy came up to me and said, "Listen, I have no money. Can you help me?" And I preached him. I had $11 and some change, and I gave it to him. That was all the money I had. But it was a summer, so I walked home. It was a summer day, and like $11 is not going to make or break me. You know what I mean? And I didn't get the feeling like he was an alcoholic or, you know what I mean? It was just and I gave it to him and I walked home. Which people tell me stupid because how would you walk home?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but it was a summer day. It wasn't like, you know what I mean, freezing cold. So I gave it to him and walked home.
Well, do you think that I mean, here we go, guys, on another topic we were supposed to end 5 years ago. But I think there are times where I'd be like, is this God testing me?
Yeah. It's God.
I'm about to fail right now. Lord, I'm about to fail. One day
you get to heaven and God's gonna go, "Hey, Tanya, remember that guy at the train station?"
Exactly. I'm be like, oh yeah, I remember him. So friendly was he? Oh no, I had something happen one time. It was this homeless man. What did he do? He said something crazy, and he was like, "I need some money." It was like he was telling me like it was an order, like I owe him money, and I was like, "Boo boo, it don't work like that. If you might want to ask a sister something, you might not want to tell her because her don't like to be told what to do." And he was like, "Well, I'm just saying, I need some goddamn food." And he started. I said, "You're gonna attitude." I said, "Lord, are you testing me right now? Because I feel being tested, like I'm about to fail." And he was like, "Man, look, man, I just want some food. I just want something." So I was like, "All right, I'm gonna go buy you some food." He was, "Well, I want money." I said, "Which one do you want, money or food?" So now he played it, so he didn't get nothing from me.
Yeah.
Because I was like, no, I feel a drink coming on. No, thank you. You know, but it's all good. Sometimes we're called to do stuff and we're not ready. So maybe you're not ready.
Yeah. Like I was at the I was at the gas station one time and this Dodge Caravan pulled up and this lady got out with like 4 or 5 kids and she started pumping gas and the kids started asking her for snacks. You know, and she said, "Look, I only got $8. You know what I mean? The kids are like, "Can you do 5 in gas and 3 and give us 3 in snacks?" She's like,
they will do it. They'll be like, "Mommy,
I said,
oh my God, they'll do it."
Yeah. So anyway, so I took my debit card and I filled up the car with gas and I told her she can use the $8 for the kids.
What?
But this was a white family. So as they drove away, I'm like, what if they would head to like a Klan meeting or something? And I just paid for
You said what?
Like,
what if they're gonna be
they're just laughing.
Full of sugar and syrup. We amped up. That's what they're gonna be.
We just made a black guy pay for our gas.
You know? No, well, you know what, Carl? I just don't think of that way no more because I feel like usually people that are jerks are revealed instantly. And people that could have been jerks but and are not jerks, but maybe they were put in jerk situations, so they act like a jerk. There's those people, and I believe some of the Trumpsters are like that. I know they're not bad people. They just come from bad upbringings, and they've listened to their neighborhoods and communities, you know, like, we don't want those people around here, you know, that type of thing. Even if they know it's not true. They know it's not true because so many people are saying it, they just latch onto it. So now my thing is this: I meet everybody where you're at. If you love Trump, hey, Do you? I'm staying right here. As long as you don't tell me you're going to hit me or try to stop me from working and you're not my boss, I don't care. I don't care. And I always, if I help you, it's generally because my heart tells me to help you, not because like I had a skinhead ask me once when I was really young. He asked my girlfriend for a cigarette. He said, what did he say to her? He said, hey, you got a cigarette? And I saw he was a skinhead, but I didn't know he was a Nazi skinhead. This is in the village, in the East Village. Back in the day, I used to hang out down there. And so he had like the shaved head, the suspenders, but there was something that made me think he's Nazi, but I just ignored it. I was like, eh. Yeah. So my friend gave him the cigarette, and he was like, you got a light? So I gave him these matches. They were hers, but I gave it to him. So he goes, oh, F and N, giving me a light. He goes, and I was like, I said, no matter what I am, you didn't say thank you. So he goes, F you, and literally him and his friends started chasing us, literally. And so that was like, but I genuinely gave him the light because that's what he needed. So he turned out to be some other kind of monster. And thank God my other friends who were punk rockers were around the corner and saved my life. Thank you. Thank God. But that's an incident where, you know, sometimes you do your best and people still just don't like you. I gave up asking why. I don't care anymore. I don't care if you like me as long as you don't stop me. You know what I'm saying? Like I sing that song, move, get out the way.
Yeah, move. By Ludacris.
That's my song, Ludacris song. When I think, okay, you don't have to like me. You don't have to like my ways. That's fine. I'm not doing nothing to you. You're not doing to me. Stay over there. I'm over here. We're good. I don't care. I don't look for nobody's approval anymore. That's the good thing about being over 50. I'm not telling you my age. And tomorrow night, you guys, make sure I'm going to put the free link. Go RSVP in the Tanya's birthday fundraiser comedy party or something like that on Facebook. It's a page. Tanya's comedy birthday or something like that. I think you'll see the link on my page. Just look at my page. Go RSVP saying going, and it will be posted tomorrow, the day of the show. Tomorrow it's 8 p.m. is the show. 7:45. I want you guys to check in the room because you know we got to get y'all chilling out. I got to give you my rules before we start at 8 o'clock, so y'all know what time it is. I'm hosting. All right. So, you know, that's it. I hope you guys can come. It's a free thing. We raised the money. We asked for $500. We raised $1,000. So, so we're just gonna be chilling. So y'all come in and watch the show for free. There'll be 10 great comics, different comics. Somebody's gonna make you laugh. I promise you that. So make sure you check us out, Carl.
I pop in and do
You're awesome for popping in again. I appreciate you. You
guys.
No sorry, we went on forever because me and Carl.
We did like almost 2 hours.
Oh no way!
Yes, we did.
Man, you guys, you took it like, what the hell? We'll come back. Let's take please do a break and come back.
We had 2 hours.
Oh gosh, well, there's so much to talk about. I mean, we can go on forever. But Tina, you guys are awesome. I didn't get to your comments there. I appreciate it. I have to make it. Oh, Tina, I'm with you, girl. Hey, Tina, I want to tell you thank you for putting us at the top. I appreciate it.
Does Tina want to come on our show sometime and talk about her upbringing? And
Yeah, Tina, one day, if you want, you can inbox me. Let me know if you want to come on one day. I want to get a few people. Jen, if you want to come on one day. T, just different. I think it would be good to have a good forum on the positivity of race. How about that? Right? Yes. We can do that one day. You guys inbox me. Let me know if you want to come on.
Whenever we see white people, it's always in a negative light. Right.
We want to see in a positive light, and we want to show that we love all people. You know what I'm saying? We just always get boggled with the ones that don't love us. That's really what it's about. So we wouldn't be like hijacking you. We'd actually want to hear like the positive stories and see what it is. Like our parents put things in us to make us still not hate people. We want to see what your parents put in you that made you say, I'm not being that. I'm not being that way. You know, so, enjoy your cocktail, Tina. And thank you again. You're awesome. I really appreciate you. You know what I'm talking about for yesterday. All right. And come back. We're here every Thursday, Sundays, and Saturdays. We're here. I'm with Carl on another show, 5 Black Comics. It's fun. And we're doing Black history stuff. So that'll be fun. Thank you, girls.
And I apologize for my lighting tonight. I'm on the upstairs computer.
So no, I thought it was pretty cool. I thought you were trying to be like cool.
No.
What is Carl?
Because I have to go downstairs, turn on turn it on and go through, put on the lights, all that shit.
Okay. We didn't know. We didn't know.
So I just hopped on this one. I was trying to be cool.
Yeah.
What's cool about that?
Like, you look good. You look good. You look handsome, girl. You look handsome.
All right, thanks.
Well, thank you guys so much for rocking with us for 2 hours. You would think we were talking about the president or something, right? Hello. I think it was all relevant. I think it was relevant. And I think it was, sometimes you go that way. It's Thursdays. Remember, Thursdays is Tanya's living room chat. That could be anything. So you hit me up. And if you guys have something you want to talk about, inbox me and I'll use that for the next week's topic. All right. I will talk to you all again Saturday, 5 Black Comics. Please do not forget at 5 p.m. Eastern time, 2 p.m. California time. We're talking all things Black History Month. Yay! Woo woo! First Black Excellence. That's what we're talking about on Saturday. So hit us up and make sure you check our show. And we'll see you. Love you too, Tina and Jen. You guys are awesome. All right. I'll talk to you guys. Saturday's next time I'll see you, and then next week. All right. Bye. Bye, T.
All right. Bye, everybody. Thank